know this threat is real. The Karja and Sunfall can barely stand.
Alright, I'm hanging out until my friend Will shows up. I love these guards just kind of hanging out. Also love how the guards just kind of are like slacking at their posts, and then when you walk up they come to attention. I just think that's hilarious. Such a lovely game mechanic. It makes it feel really real when you kind of walk around, see how that one just went to attention. They really got the cloth movement down on these, like, really heavy-duty pieces of armor. So this armor is Oseram armor, so this is one of the freebooters. One of the hired mercenaries from the Oseram group.
It's all those savages I don't like.
And these are Karja guards.
So many come to the Sundom and can't be bothered to work. You don't seem like the rest. I'm more tired than usual. Should have eaten more at breakfast. I have nothing to trade. I need a moment. My duties today are endless. That's a low-low.
I love these outfits with the feathers. I guess they're turkey feathers that have been dyed red.
Was a guard under the last king. Far cry from those days. You wouldn't be so eager to speak with me if you knew me. I'm afraid to go to sleep tonight. What if the sun brings battle in the morning? The main market is for commoners. I prefer the noble market myself.
Well,
Meridian is the greatest of all cities, and within live the greatest of all people. The Oseram family next door keeps me up all night with their bickering. Ugh. I need a moment. My duties today are endless. Nice and bright out.
I tell you, never have children if you can avoid it.
ouch.
I tell you, never have children if you can avoid it.
Well,
My mother told me to steer clear of outlanders, but you seem friendly. I swore I'd ask her to marry me on a sunny day. Hope your father says yes.
He complained for an hour about another woman rising in the Hunter's Lodge. He needs a better test. I'll see you.
this is the Hunter's Lodge. Oh, is it? No, this is...
The cowards and Sunfall
What is
were
this?
starving.
I guess this is just someone's dwelling. It's beautiful. I really just love the architecture. It's so cool. Look at the bricks.
Regret not stopping when you're in the thick of it.
It's just so neat.
Good to see you.
Such an incredible city. You know, I came back to gaming, to this game, you know. I mean, I'd played Ori, Will o' the Wisps, and the Blind Forest. I played both Oris, and, you know, like Mario Kart and stuff. But I took a long hiatus from games, and that was intensified by Gamergate. That really put me off games for a good long time. I was worried that gaming culture itself was rather toxic. And you know, I put my daughter, my kid in Girls Make Games, and
Always stay bright.
they were
Always stay
the
alert.
the girls were playing this game at one point when I picked my kid up,
Done, and I can relax.
and I was like, what is that? That's incredible. And you know, they were little at the time, and I hadn't forgotten this game. And you know, when it was COVID and we were kind of stuck inside, I was like, let's buy that game. Let's find out what that was. Do you remember what it was called? And my kid did, and so we ordered it, and they played first, and then they kind of made me play with them. And I was just like, I was over games. I was done. I didn't feel competent, and they just kind of like made me play, and I slowly gained the skills and really fell in love with this game. And you know, that was like 2021 maybe, and love it so much. The gameplay is really good. The story is just so rich. You know, I still pour through the lore to see what I can understand, and this is amazing.
Watch out for the Oseram merchants. They'll assume Cheech
And I thought the sequel was just going to be kind of an add-on story, but wow, it took the story to another level. It's clear that they've planned a trilogy. So all of us are talking and eager for whatever the third game will be.
There are no shadows under the noonday sun. Words to live by.
It's always the ones you least
And
expect
there's
that cause you trouble.
it's vague enough that, and it's, you know, what the ending of the second game was vague enough that it's still just really, there's a lot of supposition for what the third game will be, and there's enough like lore and, you know, vague hints of just a lot of things, so there's a lot of open-ended stuff that could play into the next game, which is so fun. So everybody's like, could it be this? Could it be that? What's going to happen? And that's a sign of really good storytelling.
We all have our place in the order of things.
So, yeah. I'd love to live in Meridian. Beautiful city. Can I get up here? Door is just gorgeous. Look at the handles. Wow, it's so beautiful. The music here is really lovely too. It's very delicate. Looks like nighttime is falling. Let's go watch the sunset. It's showing the sun over there.
We all have our place in the order of things.
I heard him say they have piles of scrap up north. Check.
Look at these winners.
Mark right from Wilkins.
These aren't good.
Is the sun
They
this
are
way?
tasty.
Maybe the sun rises this way.
Leave the
Let me
rest.
see. What does that say?
That must be the spire. It's huge.
South.
Some Oseram
Alright, so that is east and that is west.
Buy what you need, leave the rest.
Rugged?
Let's,
Well traveled? Yes.
let's go out on the bridge.
I would like to talk to you.
Uh-oh. Oh. There we go. Oh, I think we missed the sunset.
Won't find better wares.
Yeah, dusk is falling now. There's the bridge. Hey, I was just trying to catch the sunrise, but I think I'm on the wrong side of the city. That's what I get.
I'm keeping my eyes open.
All right. Let's go to the palace. So, let's recap a little bit about what's going on. So, this is a continuation of a quest with Erend that started almost kind of like really near the beginning of the game, you know, when she crashed into Olin's apartment. When she finished with that part of her quest, Erend said, hey, you know, I could use your help to find out what happened to my sister. And so that was kind of at the beginning of the game. The moon is rising. Let's see that. This is the direction of the palace. Love this walk. Yeah, the moon is rising. Anyway, so Erend said, please meet me at Red Ridge Pass and help me find out what happened to my sister. And we didn't continue that quest at the time. We played through the rest of the quests in the game, and now we're coming back to that quest. So to those ends, I met him there. We found evidence that, you know, that there was a struggle and a cart that maybe had brought a body to where they'd found her body. And so they followed the cart up to a higher place, and then they were ambushed. And they were ambushed by Oseram, of which Erend and his sister are both Oseram. So, so they defeated those people, and then they came back and reported to the king, and the king's assistant, Blameless Marad, said, "I'll send some people to Pitchcliff, and we'll see what's going on there." And they discovered that she was still alive. So then Aloy and Erend went to Pitchcliff. They found Marad's Blameless Marad's guy there, but dead, with a map. And then they went up north and they found this enclave of bandits up there that were doing testing on machines and stuff. And then, you know, we freed the machines and we fought the bandits. And we found Erend's sister, but she was too far gone and she passed away in his arms. But one thing that Aloy found that may not have been clear, she found a shipping receipt for a bunch of blaze, basically a bunch of explosives, to be delivered to a warehouse here in Meridian, with evidence that he wanted to attack Meridian and blow it up and, you know, he wanted to darken the skies and darken out the sun. So anyway, that's where we are in the story. So now we're going to go, we're to meet the king and talk to the king about these new findings.
Right. Always stay alert. That's what I say.
I've sent a messenger to the claim to let everyone know.
If there's anything you or your clan need for her arrangements, you need but ask.
There'll be time for all of that later.
Aloy.
Oh my gosh, this costume looks amazing in the moonlights. All the gold is just aglow. It's beautiful.
I'm glad you're back. I'm at a loss about Ersa. To learn she lives, then lose that hope, seems cruel.
She wouldn't want us to waste time talking. She'd want us to find Dervahl. She said he raved about smoke darkening the sun. Tell him what you found in his papers.
A letter. It mentioned a shipment of blaze being sent to a warehouse here. Only, it wasn't addressed to Dervahl. The name was Erend Forgeman. Does that mean anything to you?
Sounds familiar. Yes, a landlord. The Oseram have been buying up buildings across the city, including one under that name. Let me think. It's by the edge of the mesa, near the temple. It used to be a shop, but it could serve as a warehouse. If Dervahl used the name as an alias to buy it, he might even be there now.
I'll round up my men.
I'll meet you there.
Erend, wait. Remember that no one hates Dervahl more than your own tribe. The clans would give up much to obtain him.
Take him alive? So you can haggle over him? You can't be serious.
Our security depends on keeping the peace. If the opportunity presents itself, take him alive. Consider that a command. Aloy, a moment, please. When we spoke, Erend didn't wish to dwell on the details of Ersa's death. Understandable, of course. But now that they've been left to my imagination, those details are all I can think about. You were there. Did she suffer?
Each of these is a very interesting discussion. I don't know which one you want to choose. I'll leave this as the default, which is very sweet. I'll give you a second.
She wasn't worried about her pain. She was worried about her brother. And she was worried about you.
Thank you, Aloy. I suppose I needed to know I was as much on her mind as she is on mine. Find Dervahl and bring him before me. He will answer for his crimes.
I will. But once this threat to Meridian is dealt with, another one looms. We have to talk about the eclipse.
We will. I promise.
Right. Now we need to find that warehouse.
We all have our place at Cauldron.
It's a beautiful palace. It's neat to play this quest at night. The city's really beautiful at night.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
Oh, sorry.
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy.
Have you seen the memorial in the sun ring at night? Where the candles glow.
There we are. It's all boarded up.
This is the place. You home, Dervahl? I got a surprise for you.
Or he has a surprise for us.
Is it a bomb? Doesn't look too big.
Big enough to kill us.
All right. I'll shut up.
Blaze. It must be leaking from something upstairs. If I try to take it apart, a booby trap will set it off.
That's a lot of blaze.
If that bomb downstairs goes off, it'll be just what Dervahl promised. Smoke will darken the sun. As the city goes up in flames, there's gotta be a way to stop it. It looks like a wooden bracket. Not very strong. Help me push this out.
Okay. Brute force, I'm good at that. What'll it do?
Save the city, I hope. But when the blaze falls, run for it. because the booby trap on the bomb downstairs is gonna get set off.
Will we survive?
Probably not. Now push. Ugh.
We did it! Dervahl's best shot, and Meridian's still standing.
This isn't over. Dervahl said he'd make a VOD watch.
No way. To do that, he'd have to get into the palace, and that's too heavily guarded.
Get back there, just to be sure. I'm gonna look around. Maybe Dervahl's men left something behind when they planted that bomb.
I got it. Don't worry. If he tries for the palace, he's finished.
We've been attacked by the Karja in shadow.
Root tracks. With just a bit of blaze in them.
I thought we were at peace.
Did you hear that blast?
Can I?
Are we under attack?
You in a reasonable share of a
fire and
lucrative
shut up a
opportunity?
bucket line.
That's cool. The guard's coming to put the fire out.
What happened?
I haven't heard a blast like that since the liberation.
I hope I never come across Red Maw. It would crush me with the flick of its tail.
There's smoke rising from the edge of the mesa.
Are we under attack?
The tracks lead inside. Another one of Dervahl's hideouts.
Where does it go? Oh, here we go. Down.
This must be where Dervahl assembled the detonator. He tunneled through the wall. Dervahl did find a way into the palace.
Wish I could be there to see the sun god on his knees.
Quit carping, you chuff. Someone's got to guard the rear.
Someone better guard your rear.
It's a neat little twisty passage.
Look at you, Avad. The wriggling runt of a maniac king. You robbed me of my right to kill your father, so I'll have to settle for you. I'm going to enjoy watching the Karja burn. Even more because you'll be watching with me. Say goodbye to Meridian, Avad. Breathe in the stench. And choke on the ashes. Something's wrong. It didn't... I didn't hear anything.
There's a bit of smoke rising from the mesa's edge.
No! It should be a firestorm, not some belch from a charcoal burner!
Come here.
What's this? Oh. You must be the Nora who bushwhacked my camp.
And disabled your bomb.
Did you now? Well, bomb or no bomb, I'm gonna splatter that throne with blood. First yours, then Avad's. This isn't over yet, wench.
Don't lose.
It's not over yet, Nora. Any good Oseram tinker will tell you. Always have a third plan.
Remember the Glint Hawks came to Pitch Clipped?
Those majestic, murderous Glint Hawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more on the way! Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. Never do the work if you can get a machine to do it for you. Those majestic, murderous Glint Hawks! I hope you like fighting these things, because there's more on the way! Those majestic, murderous Glint Hawks!
Oof. Hey, Slayer.
As much as I wish Ersa was here to kill
Yeah,
you,
I never tire of this
I
game.
don't mind doing it for her.
Go ahead.
Worm sign.
I'm not afraid. Except that knowing you, Erend, you'll screw it up!
I know what you are afraid of. Going back to Mainspring in chains. Every clan in the claim wants you dead. And they know how to make it hurt. They'll even bid for the privilege.
It's just like you to get someone else to do your killing.
Shut up! You're at the Sun King's mercy now.
Alright, let's talk to Avad first.
Please, I need a moment to gather myself. I believe Erend wants to speak to you.
Okay. Let's talk to Erend first then. And it's dawn. Just in time. Sorry, it's one of my favorite things to do in this game. Whenever it's dawn or sunset, I like to just take a moment and really enjoy it because wow, it's so beautiful. You know, the clouds just look so good. And the mechanics, the birds start to sing at this time, and ugh, just love it. I hope I see the light coming. The lights on the plants. We'll talk to Erend while the sun is rising. It's nice time for a conversation.
I was just thinking about Ersa. She would have killed Dervahl on the spot. I know it. That's why she went out to meet him in the first place, to put him down. But she also told me to grow up. I gotta admit it burned a little when she said that, but I'm trying to take it to heart. And I guess growing up means putting what you should do in front of what you want to do, right?
You're asking me? I'm pretty sure you're older.
Yeah, but I don't act like it, do I?
You did with Dervahl.
Don't give me too much credit. Part of me still wants to wait for a quiet moment and wring his neck.
Yeah, but you won't. Because you're a good captain.
Come on, stop. You're gonna make me tear up.
So, after all this, what's next for Erend Vanguardsman?
Heading back to the claim for a while. I'll get in touch with my clan and we'll lay Ersa to rest properly. Like how she would have wanted. And by that I mean less chit-chat, more drinking.
What do you think the Oseram will do to Dervahl?
First off, they'll argue about it for a long time. But whatever they come up with, it won't be quick. I can live with that. In fact, I might just drop by his cell under the sun ring to remind him what's coming.
Well...
I know. You gotta go. Killers to track, machines to master. All before breakfast. You know what? When we met, I thought I was a big shot talking to a pretty girl hidden away in the middle of nowhere. Now I see that I was just lucky to get a minute of your time. Try not to forget about me while you're out there changing the world.
I hate to tell you this after everything you've been through, but there's another fight brewing, and I need your help. Helis and his fanatics are coming for Meridian.
No rest for the weary, huh? Well, don't worry. I'll be there for you.
I love that conversation. All right. Now the sun is fully up. Beautiful. All right, let's talk to Avad.
Aloy, to say you have my gratitude feels woefully insufficient. You saved my life. You saved Meridian. And because of you, there will be justice for Ersa's murder. We can mourn her knowing the truth, without painful uncertainty. It's hard to imagine where we'd be without you.
Avad, stop. There's something urgent we have to...
I know, but please, just listen for a moment. I want you to stay in Meridian.
What? Why?
Well, to start with, you kept the city from going up in flames. You're strong, shrewd, capable. I could use someone like you at my side.
Yeah, this is a little awkward. The heart one is probably the most gentle letdown.
Thank you for the offer, but I don't think either you or I are ready for that. At least, not yet. I've got a long way to go before I find what I'm looking for, and it's gonna take me far from Meridian.
Of course. I didn't mean to presume. You are your own woman. Just as Ersa was. But you had something urgent to discuss?
What exactly will happen to Dervahl?
For now, he'll languish in one of the old cells under the Sun Ring here in Meridian. As for what happens after we negotiate his extradition to Mainspring, I don't want to think about it. My father was very creative when it came to inflicting suffering. But some Oseram devices surpass even his imaginings. What a waste. Dervahl is a brilliant man. I wonder what he would have accomplished if it weren't for my father's cruelty.
What exactly will...
That's my fault.
Sorry.
Were you and Ersa... you know...
I suppose it's obvious how I feel. How I felt about her. She didn't just give me advice. She gave me strength. But we couldn't be together. Relations between the Carja and Oseram and Meridian were unsteady as it was. The union of the Sun King and an Oseram warrior would have led to open revolt in the city. And probably war with the clans.
Did anyone know?
Only one. Dervahl. He wanted Ersa, but she rejected him. And so jealousy became yet another of his hateful motivations.
Helis is preparing to attack Meridian. It could come at any time.
By the sun. Wait a moment. I want Murad to hear this.
Aloy, the Sun King tells me that you bring grave news.
Please, tell us what you know.
The Eclipse will attack soon, from the west, with an army of ancient war machines. But that's not the worst of it. They'll bring a mind with them, god, demon, machine, whatever you want to call it. It's called Hades. And it doesn't want Meridian at all. It wants the Spire. And if it gets there, It will send out a call, waking more ancient machines, more than we could ever defeat. All will be lost. We can't let that happen.
I'm trying to understand, but my responsibility lies with Meridian.
Meridian isn't the target, Avad. You have to defend the Spire.
Perhaps the Vanguard, Your Radiance.
Yes. Send them to the Spire. Erend knows Aloy. He won't question it.
And have the City Guard fortify the Western Ridge. There they can be seen to protect Meridian and the Elite, where the Spire rests.
Aloy. Allow me to apologize for my behavior before. After everything that happened with Ersa, I was confused. If we're to fight together on the brink of life and death, I'd prefer to do so with your forgiveness.
Then you have it. As long as you don't confuse me with her again.
Even a king can learn his lesson. Good then. I'm glad that's behind us. Now, it will take time to prepare our defenses. Please, tell me what you know of our enemies. Everything.
I don't know about everything, but I'll tell you what I can.
Alrighty. Well, that is the end of this quest. There's a data point. I'll grab this data point. This is probably just history. The Sun Kings. Yeah, it's history of the Sun Kings. It's probably long. I'll take a quick peek at it. Yeah, woo! Yeah, it's long. I'm not going to read that one. There's a lot of lore and history about all of the clans, and yeah. Alrighty, so now we are on the brink of war, and it's oh, what's that? So yeah, it's showing really close. Oh, okay.
Quietly does it. Panic in the city will only create another enemy. And do keep me appraised of each new arrival. Ah, Aloy. Preparations are underway on the ridge of defenses and at the Spire. Word was sent to every corner of the Sundom. Our allies offered their steel. Some came for Meridian, others for shards. But many came for you, by name.
For me.
Don't be so humble.
Alright, this is starting to get into the next quest, but just so that we don't miss this audio, I'll go ahead and play these. And then, yeah.
The ridge will be the front line. That's where the City Guard are holding?
Yes, bolstered by some of the irregulars I spoke of before. The Oseram cannons that thundered Meridian's walls in the Liberation will now defend us. You're welcome to tour the defenses.
And the Spire. Erend and the Vanguard are there?
Indeed. Clashing breastplates together and testing out their battle cries, I suppose. A number of the Nora have also arrived at the Spire. They have resisted the offer of a royal audience. Perhaps you could parley with them.
I will. I suppose all we can do is wait for the attack.
Exactly. It's not a feeling I cherish, but our spotters at Evening Sign report there's still no movement in the west. So, if there's more you need to do elsewhere, seize this time to do it. Otherwise, I've made the apartment of Olin Delverson available to you. You can sleep there, if sleep comes.
Alright. Alright. And that'll be the end of the stream. And, yeah. Oh, and the journals are slowly coming in as well. Alright. That's the end of the broadcast.